it's great to see the Garden kind of lit back up into it.
Yeah.
And we transition into the current Knicks right now, and you have a player with Jalen Brunson who is of that ilk and mindset of what you talked about, Jordan. I'm not comparing the two. I'm comparing the mindset. He can go head into that fourth quarter 5 for 15.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter. If he gets to a spot, he's still comfortable, confident enough that he can make a play happen, make a shot to will his team to win. We saw what happened in Game 5 with Boston, in Boston. All the emotion of Jason Tatum being out. Mm-hmm. It was a pressure situation, do or die. Get to deal with the circumstances of losing. Boston and New York didn't play their best game. Jalen Brunson got in foul trouble. They allowed the whistle to kind of control a little bit more. Wasn't as physical. But with this Knicks team here going back home, give me your thoughts on what they have to do to beat this tough-minded Boston team in order to advance to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah, listen, I think, and I love how you characterize it, because Jalen Brunson is a truly special player. And a lot of it stems from his mindset and his approach. And you hit it on the head. When I talk to young players about this, and it's so hard to do this, but you always got to keep your mind on time and score and not on stats. And not because I remember, I remember John Starks, the year we lost to the Rockets in the championship. Mm-hmm. And John had that famous game where he really struggled. And so I said, you got to understand, John was one of our franchise players. So if your franchise player is struggling, but it's a 1 or 2 possession game, you're not taking him out the game. You know how many times I saw Johnny have a game like that, and then in the fourth, get on a roll, make 3 in a row, and then we end up winning the game, right? Like that happened time and time again. And that team, this current version of the Knicks and Jalen have a similar psyche and approach. Like they know, and he's proven it time and time again, that if they got a chance to win it, if we give him the opportunity, he's going to make the play. And so I think that's something that's extremely impressive about him. And more so impressive because he doesn't have the physical tools that a lot of the truly greats tend to have. He doesn't have great positional size. Now, he has some physical attributes. He's strong as hell. He is great at understanding leverage. He's got as good a footwork as anybody in the league. And so he knows how to play the game. He knows how to attack angles, create leverage, create space, get to his spots. He is an incredible player in that regard. And so them going back home, it'll be challenging. Listen, the Celtics have won it. And the Celtics have also had success when they've been shorthanded.
Yes.
So I would say this yesterday, you think so I was like, I expected the Celtics to win yesterday. I really did. I just felt like they're too prideful and they're too good. I just couldn't see a scenario where you're going to beat them 3 times on their home court, and so I thought they would. Now, having said that, I don't know, especially if they're shorthanded, no Porzingis, right? Al's getting up there. Drew hasn't been the Drew Holiday we've seen in years past, coming off that hamstring. This team, the totality of it isn't, they're not where they were a year ago, and this Knicks team is better. And now the Knicks, I think they do have a belief. Now having said all that, they think they're the better team, the Knicks do. I'm sure they have the expectation to come out and play really well tomorrow night. I would expect them to, but it's one of those things, Jimmy, you and I have both been there. Like, you just want to, if you're the Celtics, you just want to make them feel you. I did the Cavs-Pacers game. I did basically all of it. But the closeout game, the Cavs were up. I think they were up 18. And I said at the time, it's about 4 or 5 minutes, maybe 6 to go in that second quarter, I think it was. And I said, this is the most important stretch of the game. I said, it either goes to 25 or you get it down around single digits. And if you get it down around single digits, now you start putting pressure on the Cavs, right? Because now they get tight. And what happened? The Pacers were able to get that lead down because the Pacers knew the Pacers are a really good team.
Really good team.
And if they get to that point where they get a little momentum, they're going to feel like they had a great chance. And so I think if you're the Knicks, you have a similar dynamic there. I think the Knicks have better trust than the Cavs do. Like, they're not going to get out of character. And I felt like the Cavs, when it got tough, they got out of character.
Check out new episodes of The Jim Jackson Show every Thursday. Watch on the Rich Eisen Show YouTube page. Follow the show on Instagram @Jim Jackson Show, or listen wherever you get your podcasts.